In the interest of trying to show you what I'm doing instead of just showing you the results of what I've already done, I'm going to attempt to heat this and then weld it together. This is just some pieces of slat that I cut out of the donor, and we're going to do some practice welding. This is the one that's going to actually go back on the plow, and like I will put this, I'll bring you back later, I'm going to put this back on there and we're going to at least get it tacked together good in assembly. Hopefully that will get it straight. The way the plow sits right now, to weld the whole thing on there, I would have to do vertical up, and I don't think I want to do that, so I have to figure out something else. I haven't ran this welder for about 2 years, I'm guessing. I did just a little quick bead there, didn't look too bad, didn't scare me. I'm gonna light the torch. I've got this thermometer. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. When this stuff turns blue, I'm gonna weld it. The welder's running, that's what's making all the dang racket. The torch is ready, so here we go. That should be good enough. The downside of this is now my table's going to be kind of warm to rest on, but oh well. If you hear me scream, you know what happened. And if you have any brains, you take your torch goggles off and you put your welding helmet on. Definitely, if you have brains, and anybody that's watched many of my videos knows that they're a fleeting thing. The weld doesn't look too bad. Probably if I get the actual part to look that good, I'll be happy. And then you drop it. It's not quite filled up. I could fill that up a little better. Looks like we got good penetration. That's what I was going for. I bead both sides because when I do the actual slat, we will, and it does look like it warped a little bit. That's okay for practice pieces. I would guess that's still plenty warm. I'm going to go ahead and run another bead and see how this side looks. I TIG weld at work, where I work now, just a little once in a while, not much. And I used to be reasonably good at this, but I don't get hardly any practice anymore, and it takes practice. But Tungsten's still in good shape. Go ahead and turn the welder off there. Get some noise reduced. Folks, I'm actually pretty happy with the way this is looking. It looks like this is going to work. It's got a boo-boo bubble on it there, but that's not that big a deal. We can grind stuff like that off. Boy, if that slat that's going on there welds that nice, I'll be a happy guy. I'm gonna set this outside. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just put it on the table. I don't want it to cool too fast. I want it to just kind of cool at room temperature. And then once it's done that, I'll hit that weld area with a file and see how hard that is, because the theory is that it will draw carbon, and even though that's a mild rod, it will be hard-ish, I guess. So I will bring you back when that cools and we get on to the next thing. All right, we're back briefly. Little update. This is the chain. I cut that link, and since we were running a TIG welder today, I just went ahead and did that aspect of it. I don't know if we've got more of those we need to do, but that came out pretty nice. I'm happy with that. Back over here at the plow, I went against my better judgment, and I went ahead and TIG welded that. And it's definitely not the prettiest weld you've ever seen in your life, but I don't feel too bad about that for as nasty ugly stuff as what we're working with. I got this set up intact. No, it looks kind of goofy in the camera, but to the naked eye, it looks right. It's getting dark, and I don't know what it is about dark, but that makes me want to quit for the day. But I think I'm going to try to get that back off of there, which won't be a big thing, and try to finish welding this before I leave the shop area today. If I don't scrap that, I'll bring you back. All right, the welding process is over, and I feel pretty good about what we've accomplished here. The backside's not quite as pretty. I'm not too worried about that. I had to go pretty wide to fill the groove there. It's pretty flat. I will work that with the flap wheel a little bit. And of course, we gotta get all this, I don't know if that's till coat or what. I wish I would have went ahead and recorded the welding process, because it didn't take that long. And I started on this side, and then when I flipped it over to do this side, it warped pretty bad. But it was still very red, and the vise was right here. So I just clamped her in there and got my radius back where I thought it should be. So I don't feel too bad about that. Like I say, my buddy Kenny has got some new old stock, but I just wanted to do this to see if I could. The next thing is to put it in the dirt and see if it lasts. When I did my test piece, you can see the little groove in there. There's one on this side too, where I hit that with a file, or two on that side actually. It's not glass hard. I mean, file will cut it, so that makes it kind of subjective as to, it doesn't feel like it's dead soft like the rod would be. So apparently it did pull some carbon out of the parent material. I don't know. I guess you're just gonna have to check back with me in the spring or the fall. And I guess this plow's gonna get pretty high priority to get in the ground now that we've, I should bring you over here, and since we're talking about the stupid thing, I adjusted the colders and reset them, and after I got curious about the ones on the other 73 that's out in the other building, I went and looked. I raised these up quite a bit. I may have went a little far. We can always, you know, colders are not that hard to adjust out in the field, especially now that I've got them, you know, you can see I put new nuts on there, reused the junk old bolts, but whatever. They're, I don't know. Colders are, you know, you adjust as you go. This has got one of the tightest bearings of any colder I've ever seen for an Allis, because they're just a sleeve bearing basically. This one, the front one, the one that's on the front now, and it's not doing it, but it had a fair amount of slop in it, and it looked to me like it had been run with no grease quite a bit. So I swapped it with the back one. The front one's not nearly as important. Your back colder is what dictates whether you get a nice clean furrow slice or not. And that's two of the things I strive for when I'm plowing, is a nice clean furrow slice, and I want the plow to clean the furrow so you're not, you or the guy behind you is not driving all over a whole bunch of mud clods all the time. And as dry as it was this fall, those were pretty tall order. But anyway, that's it for now. So there it is installed, folks. I'm not going to do a whole lot more with that right now. I'm going to wait till spring to clean these bottoms up, get the black, whatever it is, I don't know, spray paint, tilt coat, who knows. But anyway, I'm going to wait till then. And I'm just, when I do that, I'll wire brush them, and then I'll hit them with a flap wheel, and I may do like John Gard says and actually hand sand some also. This isn't going to take much work, and it's far enough out. In that one video of his, he shows that most of your dirt pressure is in here, and by the time you get back here, there's not a lot of dirt pressure. But I do like to have things smooth, because it takes less horsepower when it's smooth and it's running right over. I should say something about this stupid little chair I'm sitting on. That was a buddy of mine's. I bought it at his estate auction after he passed at the young age of 50. And I paid $2 for that. And I told his daughter that at some point I'd probably be drunk and fall off of that and cuss her dad. But that was about 10 years ago. I bet it was 10 years ago, 8 anyway. And so far I never have fallen off of it. And it's actually a pretty good little shop stool. Anyway, we're getting closer on this. I gotta get the lift arm links put back on it. And not a whole lot more, and then I think this one is going out to the machine shed. The one over there, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that one. Looks like Aaron made it. He didn't know I was gonna put him on camera tonight, but...
I'm not camera shy.
Okay. So anyway, I don't know. Oh, he's got a calendar for me. That's what he brought. All right, thank you. Yeah, it looks like a calendar with his tractors even.
Indeed it is, sir.
All right, so we're gonna quit here.